Well, I think like a lot of people, the Forrest Fenn treasure that was hidden in the Rockies sometime in 2010 really captured my imagination. I've been a avid backpacker for most of my adult life and had spent some time out there. And I just really thought that would be a fantastic adventure to get out and do something I love and at the same time search for treasure and find $1 million in a chest. But what became apparent if you follow that treasure hunt at all is how inaccessible it was. It was a huge geographical area. The clues could put you in Wyoming, or they could put you in Colorado, or they could put you in Montana just as easily. And so you really needed a lot of time and a lot of persistence, which not all of us have if you were going to pursue that. So it did get me thinking, though. Wow, what a great idea! And how could you do something differently? And I bounced this off some friends and some family members, and ended up with a smaller scope treasure hunt than what Forrest put together. And kind of that's where we are now with a Michigan-based treasure hunt. As I alluded to earlier, the issue we had with Forrest's hunt was accessibility. So we designed ours with that in mind. We want our treasure to be found, maybe not quickly, but certainly within a year. We also want everybody to be able to participate, regardless of the free time that you may have. And we certainly don't want people to get discouraged because they can't figure out where warm waters halt, for instance, as the first clue. So, with those principles in mind, we developed a 10-stage hunt. Each stage is intended to take between 4 and 8 weeks. Along the way, in a given stage, we will release hints. So if the information at the beginning is too cryptic, that's okay. You'll get additional information as time progresses until eventually somebody can put all those pieces together and figure out what we were intending. And then finally, that first person that solves it, well, they'll get the reward. Everybody in the hunt will get that same information released to them after a short period of time. And that way, everybody can rejoin the hunt and get back in the game in stage two or stage three or stage four. No, the way we set up our stages is with pretty specific clues and information. So while it may be difficult to decipher them, once you put it together, it will lead you to a pretty specific place as opposed to one of 20 locations that you have to run to ground. The other thing that I want to share, and this is really the first time we've shared it, is we set all the stages up in the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. Well, there's some great locations in the Upper Peninsula that I might use in a future hunt. We wanted to keep this one a little more accessible to the majority of Michigan residents. And in fact, most of the stages end up being located below Interstate 96. The simple answer to that is I don't know. I feel like one of the stages will be solved with simple search engine technology. The remaining stages are a little bit more complicated, and your understanding of the first clue will depend on your background. So you may understand it initially, or you may require the hints to prod you along the way. The beauty of our hunt is that it is more a question of when will I solve the puzzle, as opposed to can I solve it. It may be that you're not first to the finish line, but you'll get right back in the game for the next stage.